Good morning, dreamers. How are you this morning? I have shown you this book before. It is Live in Grace, Walk in Love by Bob Goff. And one of the ones that I read this week has just stuck with me so much. And it's like, oh, somebody is trying to read me. It's very helpful to have. And it's talking about don't be right, be Jesus. And the scripture is from Isaiah. And it says, these people come near to me with their mouths and honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Their words of me are based merely on human rules they have been taught. So whether you're a passionate daily Jesus follower or you're someone who says, I am a Christian, I have a history in the church, whatever that looks like, we often come to this thing called faith with preconceived notions and rules. And then, so Bob takes time to outline game night. Have you had game night before? Game night is so fun. We tried to have a game afternoon with my family yesterday, and I got it. Like, it's all through Zoom. I just got the technology. Like, it was hilarious. We're going to fix it for next week. But anyway, we weren't stuck on rules. It was just we couldn't even get the thing loaded. But when somebody gets too concerned about rules, and on opposing teams you see two people start to get really concerned about rules. Well, in my house we play this, and in my house we play this, and those house rules comes in, and nobody really knows where they came from. And it's like, that's not how you do it. And everything, all of a sudden, what was supposed to be fun and lovely is collision course to war, and it's not the game war. Like, it's just awful. If somebody takes it too seriously, they ruin it for everyone. And life works the same way. So I'm getting ready to go out to help with the live stream of the church today. So I have a to-go cup, nothing fancy. But when we get consumed with being right over the relationship that we have with this person that we love enough to not cancel plans, we love enough to have game night with them, we're so concerned about the rules over the relationship that often relationships can be strained. And next time there's a games night, good luck getting invited. But what Bob says is that with religion, with what should be a relational activity, you and the Creator and you and your fellow man, what should be relational becomes about rules. And he says, don't trade a dozen good relationships for a few unverified rules. When you hold people to rules that are not verified, has nothing to do with the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ, taking the sin of the world on him, surrendering to however you want to view it, surrendering to the way of the world, and dying on that cross, when you take that and make it about a whole bunch of rules that only 6 or 7 verses in the whole of the canon of Scripture help you create that theology, you're losing. You're losing those relationships with the people, but you're also losing the true connection with the Creator. So he says, don't be right, be Jesus. Be the one who brings people together and is self-aware enough to know that the purpose of our lives is to lift everyone up and not put people down. So here's the thing. That's been sitting on my head, in my head, on my head, under my head, everywhere this week. Be the one. So this morning, I'm getting ready for church. I put on some funky tights, and I'm like, oh, I can't wear boots today with my funky tights because it's spring and it's sunny and it's lovely. So I go looking for flat shoes. My flat shoes. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Last time I saw them, they were in my eldest daughter's room, and so I flick on the light. Where are my shoes? Right? This is a while ago, like last year. I haven't worn these shoes in a long time, but I know she wears them. Stretches them out. Where are my shoes? I'm getting ready to go help lead the church in worship. Where are my rule? My shoes. She comes and she finds one. She's like, this is on the wine rack and you put it there sometime last year. I don't know where the other shoe is. And I'm like, I'm tired of this. You take my stuff and don't put it back. And so she runs off to her room, probably crying because, oh my goodness, I woke up like this. I sat on the end of my bed and I'm like, God, I have a decision to make. I'm going to be really, really angry and I'm going to let this destroy my day and maybe the relationship of the day with my kid. Or I can pick another outfit. Be the one who brings people together and doesn't get caught up on the rules. Okay, but there's rules for a reason, God. There's rules for a reason. Because I'm the mom and she's the daughter and she should. Yeah, but you didn't enforce that rule a year ago? Why are you so focused on that rule this morning? Because you want these shoes? And it was like, maybe you should have taken care of yourself yesterday and you should have found those shoes last night. So God and I had a parenting moment and I was the toddler. Anyway, I came out here, grabbed my drink, made sure my purse was all ready to go. And now I have to go into her room and apologize for how I spoke to her this morning. Because I put rules and regulations and what went where above my relationship with her. That's how I woke her up this morning. It wasn't a pretty picture. It wasn't very nice. And all I needed to do was change my pants. What is it that you need to change today so that you can rescue a relationship? Because it really doesn't matter. Is a rule or a pair of shoes going to ruin relationships? Some people seem to do that these days. They get so angry about something that has nothing at all to do with the human being behind the situation. I'm really glad that God spoke through Bob Goff earlier this week. So I had a moment to pull back and say, hey, what are you about to do? So what are you about to do today, dreamer? Are you going to crush someone's dreams? Literally wake them up from a dream and crush them before they've even had a chance to realize they're awake? It's not a bad mom moment. Don't crush your own dreams either. Focus on the relationship and not the rules. Sweet dreams.